I'm an in-your-face, aggressive, confrontational individual, and I expect the same from others. I don't like passive aggressive bullshit.
I think Sue is in the back, Nick. She wants to talk to you.
What?
I think Sue is in the back. She wants to talk to you.
I'll take a hard pass with Chainsaw Sue.
Okay.
I mean, she
Nick
has
says
the
she
same
don't
kind
want to
of
speak to
domestic
you.
violence charges as rap, and women that abuse men, I have no use for. If I would have addressed it with her, she would have accused everybody of manipulating and twisting it to fit a narrative. Just, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't listen. I was married to the biggest gaslighter, and it was the most fucked up thing I'd ever gone through. So I can now, mind you, I like to gaslight people on the internet. I like to gaslight people on the internet to get them all worked up, and force them to respond to me. But that is completely different than making up lies to gaslight people and tell them what you saw or witnessed or a certain person experienced on their behalf. Their feelings were incorrect. That's gaslighting. Someone telling you that they didn't do something when you saw it happen with your own eyes and saying that never happened, that's gaslighting. What I do is I just tell you to fuck off and I put you in your place. That's not gaslighting. When
Right.
I'm sarcastic and I heckle you back when you're trying to gaslight, that's not gaslighting. That's making the gaslighter feel fucking uncomfortable.
Okay, recap. Nick likes to gaslight. Gaslighting isn't lying. Gaslighting is making you think something that's not true. But she doesn't do that. She knows what gaslighting isn't, and then she left it at that. And not one viewer, subscriber, or member questioned anything about the explanation. Or should I say, lack of an explanation. Just for reference, what is gaslighting? Gaslighting is a term used in self-help and amateur psychology to describe a dynamic that can occur in personal relationships, romantic or parental, and in workplace relationships. Gaslighting involves two parties, the gaslighter, who persistently puts forth a false narrative, and the gaslighted, who struggles to maintain their individual autonomy. Typically, gaslighting is effective only when there is an unequal power dynamic or when the gaslighted has given the gaslighter their respect. Sound familiar yet? Gaslighting from Wikipedia. The term may also be used to describe a person, a gaslighter, who presents a false narrative to another group or person, thereby leading them to doubt their perceptions and become misled, disoriented, or distressed. Often this is for the gaslighter's own benefit. Normally, this dynamic is possible only when the audience is vulnerable, such as unequal power relationships, or fearful of the losses associated with challenging the false narrative. Gaslighting is a learned trait. A gaslighter is a student of social learning. They witness it, experience it themselves, or stumble upon it, and see that it works, both for self-regulation and co-regulation. Studies have shown that gaslighting is more prevalent in couples where one or both parties have maladaptive personality traits, such as traits associated with short-term mental illness, depression, substance-induced illnesses, alcoholism, mood disorders, and anxiety. Gaslighting typically occurs over a long duration and not on a one-off basis. Over time, the listening partner may exhibit symptoms often associated with anxiety disorders, depression, or low self-esteem. Gaslighting differs from genuine relationship disagreements in that one party is manipulating the perceptions of the other.
Disclaimer, under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism and commenting.